Next up on the number one tee.
Well, hello and welcome back to your virtual tea time. My name is Tori, and we have a dynamic duo here today. Okay, one that she didn't know was happening today too. We have Shannon Mercer here. Hi, Shannon.
Hi, Tori.
And I had, what I thought was a nice surprise, but I had our buddy Sean Ferris come in too. Hi, Sean.
Hi, Tori. Thanks for having me.
Tournament director at Desert Mountain. Is it Desert Mountain Golf Club or Desert Mountain Country Club?
Desert Mountain Golf Club, officially.
It is quite a scene up there. I mean, it is quite a, what's the word?
Big.
It's big. It's big up there.
It's its own little world.
Yeah,
they're on their own little island up there.
And you just keep driving, and then you get there, and it's North Scottsdale.
It is.
Is it considered Scottsdale still?
It is. Through the politics, which we don't have to go into, it was annexed by the city of Scottsdale a long time ago, thanks to the works of Lyle Anderson back in the day.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
Let me tell you the first time I actually met Sean Ferris in person, because I feel like we've been digital buddies for a while.
Yep.
Okay, but it was a hot summer day, and I had a tournament called the Southwestern, and it was hosted at Desert Mountain. And I was playing some of my best golf at the time. And so I go into this, it's a very big regional tournament, mostly college kids. They have a couple hand-picked mid-ams that join in and maybe even some seniors, but it's mostly collegiate. It's mostly college players. So I'm excited. I'm going into it feeling like I'm playing my best golf. You know, you never know. Not that I have like huge expectations, but I'm like, maybe I'll make the cut. Okay. Well, that did not happen, okay? And I met Sean at the scoring table the day. Oh, no, maybe I did see you the first day. I'm not sure, but it was at the scoring table the second day, and I handed him my scorecard that turned into last place. And it was not the first in-person meeting I wanted, Sean. Okay, to say the least.
We had fun with it, though.
We did.
Yeah.
So I think I shot like a 95 that day. And the next day I turned around and shot a 79. So, you know, I mean, there might have been a casual most improved award handed out.
It was tucked nicely in the backseat of your car, because I knew you'd eventually get that way by the end of the day. But yes, we were honored to have you there and playing that event. And honestly, we've had other players that go into that event the first time, and it is overwhelming. It's a big event.
It is a huge event.
Yeah.
I mean, just the scoreboard alone is like, what the fuck am I doing here? What have I registered for?
Right.
What was your role? What is your role at the Southwestern?
At Desert Mountain, I'm the tournament director. So all the big events that we have at Desert Mountain, and I always say at Desert Mountain, we don't have more events than everybody else. We just have bigger events.
Yes.
We have 7 golf courses. So when we have our ladies member guest, it's 300 players and 3 golf courses.
Wow.
So we're not even taking up half the golf course at Desert Mountain when we have that event.
That's amazing. Now with 7, and you are the tournament director for all courses. It's not like it's you and another dude. It is you're in charge.
I have an assistant, so yes.
Well, yes, but you're the head honcho for all 7 courses, all membership.
Wherever our tournaments end up, that's where I'm at. Yeah.
Do you ever forget about a course? It seems like 7 courses. It seems like you might just forget about one. No?
No, because I have to drive by them all on the way in, so it's hard to forget about. They put my office at the top, so that doesn't happen.
Exactly. When was the last time you played Desert Mountain up there?
With Sean.
Yeah.
That was
I think you beat
year?
me that day. It's been a year. We were supposed to do it every 6 months, and we're behind.
We are definitely behind. So, Tori, we're roping you in.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. I don't want to get you in trouble, Sean. Okay. So you can answer this as politically correct as you want. But can you tell us at least your favorite course up there at Desert Mountain?
Absolutely.
Okay. Which one?
Renegade. Always been my favorite. It's the very first one that was built.
Okay.
It's been renovated a couple times over the years. But it's still my favorite golf course. But Outlaw's creeping up into a very, very close second place.
What tees do you play when you play? And pins?
I play a lot closer than I used to. As I heard when I was younger, it creeps up on you. And I one up now from where I used to play. So I look at the back tees now and I'm like, why? Why would anybody want to be back there?
Yeah.
Don't they still have on Renegade gold to gold?
Yeah. Okay. The golden bear tees to the gold flags
there as well. So if you really want a challenge, then you would play like the tips would be gold to the gold pin.
Oh, so they have 2 pins on the
This is
course?
where we're going to take you in your next round of golf at Desert Mountain.
Oh my gosh.
It's like having 2 courses in one. So actually, my joke is that we have 8 courses, because Renegade really is 2 courses in one.
Oh my goodness.
So we misnamed the 7th golf course by naming it 7. It actually should have been 8.
And isn't 7 a short course?
Yes, all par 3s.
And
Great
that's
short
brand
course.
new.
Yeah, that's 4 years old now, but it's a phenomenal short course. And in lieu of going and hitting balls at the range, go play 18 holes at 7. You'll hit all the shots you need to go play a big golf course.
Yeah.
Because we all know that's not the driver anyways.
Okay, so listen, I'm gonna wrap up that conversation with, maybe it's not your least favorite course, but maybe the course that you really struggle with the most out of the 6.5.
Struggle? Well, the 2 I named are the ones I struggle with the most. Yeah, because your favorite golf course usually doesn't have to do with always playing your best.
Yeah.
The easiest course is never your favorite golf course. It's the ones that are most memorable. Renegade has a lot of memorable holes on it. Outlaw has it's completely different than the other 6 courses. Memorable holes and challenge to it too. Just because you play bad doesn't mean it's a bad golf course. It's usually you.
Yeah.
So those golf courses.
Sean, who invited you?
Yeah. So you versus you is how golf goes.
Exactly. I'm sorry. I'm so curious now. I didn't realize that. I mean, I knew that you worked at Desert Mountain, but I didn't realize how many questions I was going to have. How does one make a team? Like, if you're a member at a course or at a club that has 7 courses, like, do your members just play the same courses? I mean, I don't even get how they choose. How do they choose?
Some have their favorites and then try and get there all the time. But your request for tee times, like anything else, you put a request in, and how close you get to your request gives you a pecking order for your next request. So if you're always requesting to play one golf course, you're probably not going to get that one the next 2 or 3 times, because somebody else needs to get their request in too. So you might get an 8 o'clock tee time and a 10 o'clock tee time on your favorite course, but the next one you're going to get a later tee time on the course you haven't requested for a while, just because it's quite a matrix of how to get and assign tee times at Desert Mountain.
What software do you all use? Did you have to create like Forties has that? I was thinking it had to be like proprietary.
I was thinking there was a wizard behind the curtain or something.
Back when Shannon and I were behind counters, this was something that never could have been done manually at all. But now thank God there's computers doing it now, because can you imagine trying to assign?
Oh no.
Someone's going to be in trouble on a daily basis for preference treatments and all that kind of stuff.
No. So I still belong to a club that does still do the pencil in tee times. So how
many members though do you have? It's quite.
We have.
It has to be a lot.
Just use round numbers, because it's always some coming and going. That size membership, there's always members on the way out, members on the way in. So around 2,000, but that's husband and wife. There's over 4,000 members and kids and things like that. And we're really finding that the members coming in now are younger with families and play more often than the ones that are outgoing. So it is quite a dynamic of the club. You think 7 courses, how could you possibly fill them all up?
That's what I was thinking.
Do. Wow. Wow. That's a lot.
Well, I got to say, tournament director at Desert Mountain, that sounds like a fun job. Like, I don't hear a lot of fun jobs where I'm like, I feel like I'd want to test that out. Like, that sounds like a lot of fun.
It has its moments.
Yeah. I'm sure you get a lot of weird complaints.
During the member guest week, not as much fun. It is on the front side, because it is fun to see the members having a great time and showing off the club to their guests. But, there's also times when you're down in the office and it's late nights and early mornings, and those aren't the fun times, but it's all worth it.
Yeah. So I feel like now we have the master tournament director here. So I thought today we would talk about ways to increase participation in your events, creative ways to, switch things up, because you do, and I'm victim of this too. You get in a habit of doing things that you think work and don't want to change a lot. I mean, it works. You know how much it costs. It's all laid out. Why try something new? So maybe we can go over some new things that have been successful. Shannon, when was the last member guest you played in? Did you play in your Moon Valley one?
No, it's because it runs back to back with my mom's member guest, and we played in that for years, and we won low gross. So we're going to have to defend. So we've won a few in the last 5 years.
Well, tell me about that one though. I love that you play with your mom, by the way. That's awesome. So tell me about that member guest.
It's 3 days, but it's only 9 holes the first day, 18 the second day, and then 9 holes. And they're, it's an older membership. They're at Rio Verde, so retirement. And so the ladies like to include dinners and parties and things like that. So they have to make time for the social part of it, which is really fun. And it's always a theme, and they all dress up. I know you've probably seen the pictures.
What was the theme last year?
It was 60s. So, we did the go-go, like matching dresses. And
did you golf in that too? Or just,
no.
Okay.
No, that's for the parties.
Yeah.
So
I can't golf in
very fun.
costume. I just can't.
No.
So, okay. So Sean, tell us, give us an idea of just, we'll concentrate just on the women's events for now. How big are they? Like how many events are there? You were just saying you have the same amount of events, but they're just bigger.
Right. Yeah. Our ladies opening day.
We have a large budget, so we have to keep that in mind.
Because the more people, the larger budget you're going to have, though. So it's all relative.
But the expectations are, I guess, different at Desert Mountain than you would get at a regular country club, just because it's so much bigger. There's so much there. The expectation is you're going to do things bigger and better than your neighbor. But the budget is still, we're still dealing with people and golfers, and it's not like you can just throw a price tag out there that says, yeah, I'm on board with that. You have to be conscious of value.
Yeah.
Did I get what I paid for? And that's same no matter what golf course you're at. So at Desert Mountain, yes, we have a bigger budget, but it's a bigger product. Let's start with our opening day, our ladies opening day. Our ladies day is Tuesday. Usually it takes one golf course of the 6 championship golf courses. Our ladies opening day in November is 2 golf courses. That's how big our ladies program is. They don't all play every week, but they're all there on opening day, and they're usually there on closing day in April too. And also we have a 9-hole, we have a 9-hole ladies league, and we also have a starter, not wanting to play for score, stuff like that. So we have a bridge from beginning and I don't know what to do, all the way up to ladies competitive divisions that are really concerned about the score and the standings and all that kind of stuff.
Well, so that's a great idea.
No, absolutely.
If you're trying to grow your women's league, then it needs to be, beginner friendly. So that's a great idea right there.
How about the working women? Do you have anything like that starts late in the afternoon?
We do. For like a couples league, we found that a lot of the beginning ladies want to do it with their husbands and do something in a team format that's friendly and not competitive. So we do 9 holes in the afternoon on Fridays, and it's great because, like Shannon was talking about before, not necessarily always the golf competitive side, but the social aspect of it.
Yeah.
Like a lot of our ladies' big events, we work in the shopping part component beforehand. Let's get together and then have a fun experience shopping. We bring a bunch of vendors in, and they love it. Yeah. And then it's about the cocktail. I think we learned in a lot of our events, like when we got rained out one year, last spring, we had rain almost every week, right?
Yeah. But it's still rare to get rained out.
Right. And we had it at Desert Mountain. And we had all these ladies that came for a full day of golf, and we couldn't get them on the golf course. So at the scoreboard, the big scoreboard you're talking about, we threw a cocktail party at the end of the day, said, well, you're here waiting all day. Let's do something fun for you. And they liked that more than golf, that they didn't play. And when they came back, said, I don't care what we do next year for the golf tournament, make sure you have that cocktail party in there. Yeah. Which wasn't supposed to be planned at all. We learned about that's the social aspect of what golf is. It's for everybody. We're talking about ladies golf, but for the guys, for everybody, it's social. For kids, Shannon, when we played junior golf, it wasn't because, man, golf is me and I can be out there on my own. It's because my friends did it, the social aspect of doing it. If I hadn't had my friends around golf, I'm not sure I'd be a golf pro today. Yeah. I would have flamed out as a baseball player sometime a long time ago. But golf is social, and it's the things you build around the golf tournament that I've learned that really make it or break it or
set
build
it apart.
Or build it up.
I agree. So let's go back a little bit to your beginner women's leagues or functions. Is it like 3 holes? Because I've heard some courses have like a 3-hole league, or is it 9 holes? Just you're not keeping score at all.
We do a 9-hole division, but we use 7 sometimes as that bridge. Since we have the luxury of we have an all par 3 golf course called 7, and you can play 18 holes on that without too much psychological damage.
Yeah,
so for and you know how golf can be.
Still like golf after playing 7,
but you feel like you got 18 holes in, and you don't get beat up, and it gives you that flavor of, hey, I can play this game.
Yeah,
for everybody needs to take a look at that playbook. Is like, this game is very playable. Just got to put yourself in the right position to do it. And we've all kind of grown through that, is that that you can make this game as hard as you want, or you can make this game as fun as you want. And the key is to make it fun. Yeah. So what we've done for a lot of the leagues up there, not just our ladies league, but we try and find fun ways to make everybody enjoy it. Doesn't mean everybody's going to, but that you do it. What's going to make this one fun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for women's, groups that only have one course, they can set up a tee that would be a par 3. Make those
absolutely
holes par 3.
From the years of junior golf that I worked at when I was with the PGA, I've learned that it's like you just make the golf course suitable for the target you're going for, and they'll enjoy it. Doesn't mean you have to play at the tees. Make it the fairway. Yeah. Make it from the 150 markers. Yeah. Make it whatever you want. Grow into it. And when my kids were young and playing basketball, they put them on shorter hoops. They didn't make a kid try and shoot for a 10-foot hoop that had no prayer getting it 6 feet off the ground.
Exactly.
Right? So make the golf course suitable to the target you're going for and encourage and grow from there.
Yeah. And we actually did that at Arizona too. We call it the cactus tees, and they did make every hole it's more in the fairway. Yeah. Some are, par 3s are the normal tees, but, and yeah, you can play from it. And it's actually rated too, I think. So, but it's still much easier for the beginner. We actually have our instructional staff, which we have a separate staff just dedicated to instruction. We have 4 or 5 instructors. That's all they do. And they have that program where they basically, for all of our members that are getting into the game, teach them. They go in the afternoon. There's no tee times need to be fought for on the first tee, and shorten up the golf course. And I'll go out there and just play 9 holes at the end of the day, and I'll see these markers all over the golf course. But they're creating a shorter golf course for the learning experience to grow people into the game. Yeah, we do have so many people coming in that are new to it. The last 2 years have been an explosion for golf, and we have a lot of new people in the game, and we don't want to lose them. Let's find a way to keep them involved. Exactly. Agreed. So back to opening day. Then is opening day all your 18-holers and your 9-holers?
Yes. Altogether, that's why it takes up 2 golf courses in one day.
And are you playing 9 holes or 18 holes?
They're both. So the 18 holes. So we'll have a course and a half. It'll be just 18-hole players and half the golf course, and it's a shotgun start. So it's all the cars, all the people, everybody all at one time. Shopping, golfing, eating, loving it.
So is opening day, I'm going to get into the technical, but is there an extra cost for opening day, or is it more just part of their WGA dues?
Part of their dues. So for our Desert Mountain Ladies League, they pay a fee for the year, and it actually includes more than just their golf. It's their opening day, the closing day, kind of the shopping experience that goes with it. They get a little shopping credit to use that day. So it's been a home run for that. That opening day is a huge thing, and one little movement of it one way or another, and we'll hear feedback on it. Like, I think we ran into some obstacle in scheduling it 2 years ago, and boy, for moving it from Tuesday to Wednesday, that'll never happen again.
No. We already inked it all in for this season, Sean. You can't be moving it on us. So how about let's go right into your member guests then. What are some new things? And even maybe this is opening day or a different tournament. What are some new things that you've been incorporating into your bigger tournaments that have been success, that are like, oh, we're doing that again? I know you said the cocktail hour before, but any like after golf things that have really hit home? Well,
the theme is the big thing. Well, I'll say, I've learned in the few years I've been up at Desert Mountain. One is the ladies like the prizes that are functional, not just trophy related. I want something that's memorable, but I also can use at my next dinner party. That's what so our awards usually are geared towards something that's functional, that is display, whether it's a wine craft or a cutting board or a spinner or something that they can show off, because they don't want to show it off in a trophy case.
Exactly. I mean, you want to put like a slab of cheese on that. Serve it to our guests.
Everybody's cutting their cheese up. Oh, look at that.
Funny. Yeah. I just won this tournament.
But on the, what else you're asking there, as far as we do, the theme is really the key. I mean, the member guest for me is not till April, but it won't be surprised if in the next couple months I start getting questions. What's the theme?
Yeah.
Because you're talking about, not necessarily dressing up the part, but decorating the golf cart. And in the party afterwards, definitely changing into a costume that, goes with the theme. Last year, our member guest was, it sounds very back to the future, but it was like Enchantment Under the Sea or something like that. It was a very mermaid under the sea theme like that.
Wow.
And I thought that would be a struggle for a lot of ladies to come up with some kind of costumes. I can't believe how many mermaids were playing golf. And how many turned into mermaids for the party afterwards. But it was very funny, and they're into it. They love it.
Any excuse to turn into a mermaid, we're there.
So, and that's what we do around the event, especially for the member guest. You have so much time to do it. You have 18 holes of golf, and you have breakfast beforehand, and you have usually a cocktail or some type of party afterwards. But anything we can do on the golf course to enhance their experience out there, what we're really there is we're trying to make sure the member looks great in front of their guest, and their guest says, "Wow, Desert Mountain, I'm jealous."
Yeah.
You know, that's what we're trying to accomplish up there. So everything from throwing the theme onto the carts that go around, or at the convenience shacks they come across on the golf course, anything. We actually do little things behind the scenes, like we'll print pictures of all the players and all their guests beforehand, circulate it amongst the staff. So when Tori comes as Shannon's guest, everybody knows your face and your name before you even show
really
up.
Good.
You know, so that they're blown away.
That for Desert Classic before.
Yeah.
I've thought of it.
It really makes Desert Mountain look good, but at the same time, we want the ladies, our lady members, to have their guests be impressed.
Yeah, that's
so
a great
all
touch.
those little things that go into that. You know, the scoreboard, I'll go through all the guests and get their home club and get the logo of the home club. And so when the scoreboard goes up, it'll have their name with their home club on it. But it's just a conversation point, because if I see Arizona Country Club, I'll be like, "Oh, you're at Arizona Country Club? Do you know so-and-so?"
Exactly.
Right? But if you see the logo on the board, I was a member. I'm a member there. I've never met you before.
Yeah.
You know, that just starts conversation.
No, it absolutely
And as a guest,
does.
you're proud to see your logo up there.
Absolutely.
We did
Those
pictures at
little
one time.
touches.
We did pictures, but that became, think of this. I remember, we'll go back to, Sean does big tournaments at Desert Mountain. So the ladies is 300 players. The men is 624 players. Trying to get pictures and on the scoreboard was, Sean lost a lot of sleep that week. Yeah.
And matching. Like, okay, wait, here's Susie Q and her partner. Where's yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Even our own members, with 312 members, we're trying to match up pictures. Like, this,
Listen, when they're dressed as mermaids,
Yes.
Who knows?
right.
Now, I remember one year you all had donkeys up there doing
Oh, yeah.
Wait, like live donkeys?
Yes,
We
live
did.
donkeys.
Yes,
So
the tequila donkey.
that's what it was. Okay.
Wait, what does a tequila donkey do?
What was our theme that year? God, I can't remember what the theme was, but we had
Like
a
a
donkey.
fiesta,
It was, I'll have to think about it, but we had pig races in the talk about where the scoreboard is, the porte cochere of the clubhouse.
Yes.
We had it cordoned off for pig races inside and you could actually wager on. This is a company that brings it in. We didn't
Wait,
think of
how
this.
big are these pigs?
Little ones. They're little
okay.
guys like this, right? That's funny though. It was funny, and the guys were gambling on
Betting,
it.
yeah.
Betting on
Wait,
it.
was this men's or women's?
This was the men's,
I feel
yes.
like this was
Yes.
more men's. So wait,
But that's where the tequila donkey came in too.
yeah.
that
So the
event.
donkey how did the donkey use tequila exactly?
Its saddlebags were lined with bottles of tequila, and
Wow.
the handler had the shot glasses, so he'd go around and you had tequila shots from the donkey.
Oh, that's amazing, actually.
Yeah.
I'm going to be
I said
texting
they are
Ashley.
creative.
Yeah, pig races and tequila donkey. She will quit. She will
She's gonna
quit.
hate us. Yes.
Sometimes the theme for men is geared one way, and sometimes the theme for ladies gears a completely different way. Tequila donkey may not have been a winner for the ladies. I'll tell you what we did do for the ladies, and they loved it, is we brought in a flower truck. And I don't know if you probably saw my pictures of it. It's an old VW bus that they carved out on both sides of the bus, pots of flower, all different kinds of flowers, and we have build your own bouquet. So the ladies could come in before the tournament and build their own bouquet of flowers, of their whatever flowers they choose. And they loved it because now the thing they didn't love is 3 days later at the end of the tournament, they had this bouquet of flowers they couldn't take with them for the guests. But they just loved instead of getting flowers, they could pick their own. And we had all kinds, and this truck was a home run.
But wait, you would make your own bouquet,
Yeah.
but wouldn't they just take it home with them that night? Why
The members did, and the guests did with them. But after the guests went home in 3 days, they had
because a
beautiful-
lot of guests are like staying
town.
with the members
Yeah.
or out of town.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
but still.
it's a really cool thing though. The truck itself is like, wow, that's ingenious. And it's really organized very well as far as the flowers. And the ladies were blown away. They're like, this is really cool.
Yeah,
Like I get a
do
better
love
bouquet
that
of flowers now than I ever get before.
Yeah.
Because they build their own.
Well, and who wants? Well, I don't know. I go into flower phases. You know, like I'll want flowers in the house, and then I'm like, oh, that's a waste of money, and then I go through. You know, it's like,
I don't think too many women complain about free flowers, though.
no, not at all.
The other one that was a home run, and we do it works out for the ladies' events and not for any other events, but we bring in our own. You think at Desert Mountain, why would we have to do this? But we bring in our own cappuccino stand. And we put it up right in front of the clubhouse, and I think he's Mr. Cappuccino or Mr. Cappuccino guy or something like that. He comes and sets up, and all the ladies come in. They can get whatever they want, coffee, drink, before they even get in the clubhouse, which they could get probably in the clubhouse too. But the fact that we have something just special for them that's out of the ordinary, they loved it.
His name's Cappuccino Guy.
I have to look up the name of it.
That one's happening.
Yeah.
It is something really
idea.
simple like that. It is very simple, the name of his company. Yeah.
But it's oh my God, I can totally see why they love that. Okay. Any other things? How about their tea gifts? Because that's tough to pick out.
So tough.
What we learned in the last couple of years, now we make this part of our regular routine, is we try and do something small for all the ladies every single day. Mm-hmm. So when you get to your golf cart, there's something beyond just your main tee gift. Yeah. Whether it's a necklace or a creative ball marker, or sometimes we've done really nice towels with the logo on it. Just something creative that they don't get any other place. It's something specific to that tournament. And then the main tee gift we have found is bringing all the vendors in for a shopping experience is what the ladies love the most. Give us a credit amount and give us a shopping experience that we can't. So our guests get to see something that they would never see at Desert Mountain. Yeah. And that's what they love.
Their shopping experience.
I'm sure.
Okay. So their range is massive.
I would imagine.
And I actually
used to come up to that.
I as a vendor.
Yeah.
I was a vendor.
Yeah.
And then when I was a pro at Estancia, we always hated Desert Mountain for their member guests because we were always competing. And we had a lot of shared members.
In the beginning of this conversation, he goes, he wanted to show off for his neighbor. So obviously Estancia is the neighbor he wants to show off for. I appreciate that little friendly competition.
Yes, they love beating everybody with their ideas, and they do a great job at it. But on the range, which is massive, they would set up, how many vendors
on demo day?
Yes.
Yeah. Demo day. Oh boy. Over 100.
Okay.
100.
So,
but this is a different event.
Well, so the ladies member guest is a scaled down version of that, because we don't need 100 vendors for the ladies member guest, but we'll still bring in 20. We'll bring in 20 vendors that we know, we don't need to bring in Titleist or Ping for that. We have 20 ladies vendors that are specific to ladies, either clothing or accessories and stuff like that. We give them shopping credit and let them go and they love it. We actually took it away one year because of COVID. We could not get the vendor to come out. There was no way they couldn't. Company wouldn't allow them. Yeah. Whatever it was, we all know all the things that happened 2 years ago. But we couldn't have a shopping experience day. And when we filled out our survey at the end, when the ladies filled out their survey of the things they liked, disliked, that was the one thing they said: bring back the shopping day.
They like a little shopping
with free money.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Right. Well, quote unquote free money.
It's going to cost
prepaid.
It all circles back eventually.
But then the vendors are happy too.
The vendors love it too. Yeah, it's not that hard. Well, I say it's not that hard. Our retail team does an amazing job of putting that together every year. But it's you're coming up and getting guaranteed business. So and from your experience, why would I want to do Desert Mountain? That's clientele that I want to be involved with.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Okay, let's talk formats.
Yeah.
I always want to compare men's and ladies, but let's just stick with the ladies for now. What do the ladies like for their big member guest format? Well, we got to keep pace of play in mind. Yeah. So we do a best ball, of course. Everybody wants to have a best ball format where you play your own ball. Yep. We do a scramble format. Not everybody's favorite format, but again, and actually sometimes scrambles take longer than playing your own ball. There's too many captains involved usually. Yeah, exactly. Too many cooks in the kitchen. But a 2-person scramble usually moves pretty good. It's the select drive alternate shot or select drive best ball that we've gone to in the third format. So like a Shamble? Yeah. And it was a select drive alternate shot at one time. The feedback we got from a lot of the guests was I didn't feel like I played golf because alternate shot, you're taking turns hitting the shot. Yeah. Even though it's a great format for a team format, it wasn't the experience that our guests really enjoyed of Desert Mountain. So we switched that one. Yeah.
I think mentally it's not as enjoyable.
Right.
Alternate shot leaves you hanging, right? You're like, it's all on me. Yeah. There's no scramble out on this one.
And then all of a sudden it's all on your partner. And you're like, okay, phew.
But I tell you what, I was surprised at Desert Mountain how small our championship, this is men and women, of a club with 4,000 members. When you think 2,000 memberships, husband and wife, we have over 4,000 members. Our club championships are maybe 60 men and 30 women.
Ugh.
Wow.
Surprising, right? I was surprised too. The feedback we get when we ask on this every year is a lot of our members are members at other clubs. So I just played my club championship at Hazeltine in Minnesota 3 months ago. And when I come to Arizona, I just want to play golf on weekly with my friends. So we get a lot of that. And I think there's some truth to that, because Desert Mountain, as big as it is, becomes kind of resort-like when you think about who's coming there. We do have a lot of people that live year-round, and that is their club. But we do have a lot of members that just travel there for the wintertime. And that's their vacation for a few months out of the year from their other club and the other things they do at their other club. I'm on the board at the other club. I don't want to be on the board or the committee at Desert Mountain. So a lot of that carries through, but it's still shocking to know that out of, let's say 2,000 lady members, we have 30 for a club championship, or 2,000 men's members, we have 60 for the men's club championship.
Yeah.
But it's also putting your game out there. And there's really, even though it's flighted, there's really not a lot of golfers that still want to put them out there for 2 or 3 rounds of golf where it's all on you. The team formats are our most successful formats. Ladies in particular, they really love the team format because it's not all on me, it's not all on you, we're in it together. Yeah. And to tell you the truth, I mean, that's why our guys event is 624 teams, because it's a team event, and why our ladies is 300 teams or 300 players, because it's a team format. Yeah. And the individual ones, you see it just drop off. It goes down to 30 and 60.
And that's pretty common, but it's a shame too. But I get it. I get it
too. It's putting your score up there on the scoreboard with no other, you didn't have any mulligans, you didn't have any do-overs, anything.
And it's a big scoreboard. Okay. This is bigger than what you've ever seen.
We had to increase the size of our scoreboard since you were up there because of how big our member guest tournament is. We had to have a bigger scoreboard.
Me a picture? You must have a picture of a scoreboard from the past.
Yes.
Can you send it to me just so that the listeners can see? Because it is quite something. It's very special. It's something that I'm sure Desert Mountain takes pride in, because it's very unique. Like, I don't see scoreboard that big going anywhere. Like, that's, I don't want to say handwritten, but it is, right?
I print out most of it on the computer for the name stuff, but all the numbers are handwritten, and that's a chore. We have, that guy's scoreboard you're talking about when you came up for the Southwest Am. That's, boy, I can't even think of 200 names, because between men and women, we have about 140 players.
It's a lot.
And all the numbers right in. So we probably have 6 people on the scoreboard that have to know calligraphy, because you can't put a number up there. It's not calligraphy. That's golf. That's golf 101.
I know. Did you have to learn calligraphy?
I did.
Yeah.
So what part of golf school, or what is it? What do you guys call it there?
Well, there's the PGA and the LPGA education program, but they don't teach you that.
No.
They don't? I thought that was in that.
I knew.
Really?
Yeah.
But
I thought that was part of it.
But then I had to do all the scoreboards.
It's part of it that if you want to go anywhere in the golf business, it's something you want to know.
Yeah.
It's something you want to know. You want to be known. Like, I can't put Sean on the scoreboard. He doesn't know calligraphy. Or let's put Sean on the scoreboard. His calligraphy is great.
Yeah.
You want to be the person that has the great calligraphy. Yeah.
Okay.
And I learned mine at Desert Mountain years ago. I did an internship in college at Desert Mountain, and now I'm the tournament director there.
Oh, yeah, I love this. Okay, a couple of odd questions then. Do you guys use Golf Genius for everything?
Yes.
And how long did it take your membership to really embrace Golf Genius?
Not long.
Not long?
No, we actually have our groups of members that are big groups that want to use Golf Genius on their own, and we have them access to Golf Genius within the group, which you can provide a limited access for just their own groups and communications and scorings and everything like that. So they've not only embraced it, but they want to use it more. And we've actually did the program in the golf carts. So you do the scoring in the golf carts, because we found that our members don't want to be on their phones. Even though you can have mobile scoring, I don't want to, first of all, I don't want to be on my phone the whole time I'm playing golf. So we put it right on the GPS on the golf cart, and they can keep score there.
Is that like another add-on for the Golf Genius? Or do you have to have the software in your cart? Like, even if you... That is amazing.
Either EasyGo or Club Car, if you have the GPS, they're automatically set up in Golf Genius to link to it. Now, I have been told since I've been at Desert Mountain, when I called Golf Genius for different things, that we were one of the first ones to adopt Golf Genius when it first came out. Desert Mountain had the full package from the beginning. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what our arrangement is. Yeah. But I know it was early on and very big.
Yeah. Well, most courses, I would say most courses probably have more of the full version now, but to be able to use Golf Genius and not have to take out your phone and just put it in the GPS, that's amazing.
I think it's a bonus. I mean, at least for our members, a lot of them, we still have some older memberships that they don't bring their cell phone to the golf course and don't ask me to keep score on it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
But if I put it right there on the golf cart,
download that app.
It goes from somewhere like maybe 10 to 20% usage on their phone up to 80% usage on the golf cart.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Does Moon Valley use Golf Genius? Has the membership embraced it? It's been a while now, so it seems
been a little stubborn. I'm always the one in the group that says, anybody want to keep score on Golf Genius.
Oh my God, you're the opt-out?
Yes.
I can't believe you.
I am old school. I want to keep my score on my card, and I don't even care what you all are shooting.
Well, yeah, but you have to exchange scorecards anyways, right? Come on, Moon Valley.
Yeah.
We still do scorecards. You have to do scorecards.
Yeah.
We do. Yeah.
Because the mobile scoring, you have access. If you get somebody else's number, you can mess around with, and there's no guarantee the numbers you're putting in are accurate.
Yeah.
Right.
No, exactly. So we always have that paper one as the main one, but Shannon, this is something new I've learned. And
I'm shocked.
I don't know if I like it. I don't know if I like if you're the opt-out.
I know. I feel like I'm getting older when you're a creature of habit, and I'm kind of getting there.
Okay, let's talk about the uncomfortable thing. Let's talk about money, cost.
Okay.
I'll start first with because I just want to put in perspective kind of where everyone's price is for their member guest. Our member guest is usually around, and I could be wrong right now, but I could be a little off, but $650 to $750 per team. Do you know what yours is at Moon Valley?
I don't actually. It's definitely going to be less. I'm guessing 4.
Oh, that's really low.
Maybe. Well,
Maybe 5.
I think it's only 2 days. I haven't played in it.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I know. Because my mom gets first dibs.
Okay, well, yes,
so.
I can appreciate that.
And I think theirs is like 6.
Yeah. And I've played in some that are more towards 1,000 a team. So what's your, I
believe our ladies member guest is 2,200 this year for the team.
Wow.
But it's
good for you.
It's 4 days. So
Good for you.
it's 1 day practice round, which is included in your, so it starts with golf the first day of practice round, and then opening part of that night, and then breakfast, golf, and after golf, whatever we do after golf for the next 3 days. And then a big party. It's funny because our ladies party is no men included. And then, by the way, at the men's member guest, we are included in that one too. So, yes, spouses are included at the men's, but spouses are not included at the ladies' event.
Oh my God, that's interesting.
Yes. Actually, the first time guys are nixed at a country club.
Yep.
Oh my God. Well, they're nixed at our ladies' invitational, but when they do the men's, oh my God, we can't even step foot on the property when it's the men's invitational. Like, no women allowed, please. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a pretty hefty price, but it makes sense to me. I mean, this is quite a production.
If you break out, line item, like if you were to take a guest to Desert Mountain for 4 days, it's actually a great value because you're the dining and the golf alone put you over that price tag already.
Exactly.
So, and you're getting everything else included in this one. So, and of course it's the ladies, we always include everything. So all your meals and drink like that, but the alcohol tab for the ladies event versus the men's event is significantly different.
Oh, I'm sure. So all your events are, drinks are included too.
Yes.
Gosh.
Yes.
It's just wild.
That's a huge lineup right alone.
I'm sure. I mean, okay. How about prizes? Is it gross and net? Is everything gross and net?
Yeah, I was happy to hear Shannon won gross because you don't want to put yourself out there as a target at your mom's tournament by winning net.
Oh my
come
gosh.
on.
We tied for first with net, but
gross goes first.
Yeah.
Yes.
And honestly, I want to win gross. I don't care about net.
Yes.
Well, and you still, Desert Mountain still has gross prizes too, or is it just an overall gross?
No, every flight gross and net. The one thing we can't do because of the size and scale of the events, both ladies and men's, is we can't have that overall shootout for the overall champion.
Yeah.
There's just, we have groups on this course, groups on that course, groups on that course. And to find a time to get them all come together for a shootout, which takes space and time, there's just not enough to do it. So we can either have 100 more teams playing the event or eliminate those 100 teams and have a shootout. And everybody wants to say, put more teams in.
Yeah.
So
I have to agree. I'm not a huge fan of shootouts. I mean, they could be, they're actually, to me, I feel like they're much more fun when you're watching actually, and you're, just having drinks and mingling with everyone and just watching it. When you're in it, I don't know. It's just, I mean, obviously I want to win and I want to get in it, but I don't know. I could pass on.
And Tori,
horse
explain
races.
what a shootout is, because I'm sure there's plenty of listeners that aren't a member at a club.
Shootouts, horse races. It's usually when like the first, and sometimes they do first and second teams in each flight, go out and do like a alternate shot format where everyone's hitting at very close to the same time.
Yep.
And all the participants are just watching you And my strategy always is to get up and hit before they can watch me.
While the spectators are still getting their drinks, you
Yeah,
want to
exactly.
get your shot.
Like Sean isn't even pointing at me to hit. I've already hit.
But they all play together. So
Yeah.
you have, 20, 40 people
Playing.
that are
And then
playing.
you have all these participants in golf carts. Is that why it's called a horse race, Sean? Is because of all the golf carts that are?
Yeah, I think the limit, it's mostly shootout now. And I
Yeah.
haven't heard the term horse race being used for a while, but it's the same
Really?
thing. And what you described it perfectly.
Yeah.
Now, what you do is you do eliminate a couple teams the first time around, and you
Yeah.
play either another hole. We do it because of what you mentioned, the spectators, which really is the fun part of the shootout, which is the spectators get to watch somebody else
Yeah.
play in front of everybody,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So we do ours right there on 9 and 18 and have them play those holes over and over again. So all the spectators gather around the 9th green, the 18th green, and at Cochise and Geronimo, you have two courses come together there. So you get a lot of opportunity for spectators. But we'll have them play until they eliminate down to a champion. So maybe lose 3 teams the first time around, 3 more teams the next time around. Then you have 3 teams left playing for the overall championship. Yeah. We do have events like that. It's just our member guest. We can't. There's just no, there's no way to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you bring the winners of all the flights together and have an overall champion. But I'll say we did it in our member in the spring, which we won't have this year, but we had last year. And we have a team who has our current club champion who played in the Southwest Am, just like you, and didn't play well. Both our ladies and men's club champion did not play well in that. So you're not alone and playing good golf and not playing well in that tournament.
Yeah.
But our current club champion with a former senior tour player as a team, and you swear that they never knew how to hit a golf ball. It's that, and this is people at no pressure.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
the pressure of all your buddies around you hitting shots.
Heckling you.
Yes. But we do it for the ladies and men in the member events, and they do like it, but there's a lot of ladies that are like, wow, that's a lot of pressure. I've got to hit a shot. And you see that it is a lot of pressure for the ones that are in it because everybody that's watching them. And it's not just people watching them, it's people they know watching them.
Yeah, it's a lot. I've bladed a couple wedges over the green when I've been in horse races before. Like shots I haven't done in a while, they appear at the horse race.
So that's why we award everybody that won the flight, but the winner of the shootout gets a different prize because that way, the shootout is tough. And that's why we only do it in those one events because, boy, if you did that in every event, nobody would want to play in tournaments.
Exactly.
You put yourself out there like that.
Okay, well, how about betting? I'm sure the men do the men do Calcutta and all that, or?
We do it within what you're allowed to do, which is not run by the, we kind of, you're allowed to bet on your own team, stuff like that. But no Calcuttas or anything like that.
No Calcuttas. Yeah. So, what are they? Gosh, what
you
are
can
they?
Do team buy-in.
Pari-mutuel.
Yeah, pari-mutuel and team buy-ins where we do that. And both ladies and men's events. So there is a considerable amount of wagering that goes on for teams, buying in our team, betting on our team, betting on the team that will win, but no Calcutta, stuff like that.
And you still find that worth the hassle? Posting pari-mutuels and day money and all that.
Day money we do as part of the event. So your day money you can win. So the difference between the tournament and the betting is that in the tournament, we're going to award gross, then net, and gross, then net. So first, second, third, 6 different teams. But in the betting, you can win both. I can be first in gross and first in net and cash in them both.
Nice.
But in tournaments that run by Desert Mountain, we're going 6 teams win the top 3 in each one.
Yeah.
So you can, if you're going to do the wagering part, it's a chance to make a little bit more money.
Yeah.
So, but we have a system called, you may have heard of this. It's called Cat Patrol. Have you heard of Cat Patrol?
No.
It's a handicap monitoring software. Now, this is supposed to weed out the cheaters.
Cat?
CAP, C-A-P, Cat Patrol. No, it's not Cat Patrol.
That's an interesting name.
But Cat Patrol actually has an app, and it'll show you what they call the heat index. And it'll tell you what golfers are trending towards possibly like this, all signs this person is going to win the next event based on their handicap trending a certain way, the scores are posting. So it basically calls out the cheaters ahead of time. Yeah.
It'll track like what you post versus how you play in tournaments.
It's all your GIN record. So nothing comes in except I will post the winning. So if Shannon wins a tournament, she's in Cat Patrol as not only handicap numbers that she's posted, but also won. And really, when you think about it, when it comes to tournaments, if someone's winning tournaments, that's the people you care about. If someone's cheating on their posting of scores, but they're not winning tournaments, Nobody's really worried about that.
Yeah,
but the ones that are cheating on their handicaps and winning, those are the ones that everybody cares about. And
we're
Cat
gonna
Patrol
keep their eye on
does a
it.
very good job of weeding that out and leveling the playing field.
Wow.
But if you are trying to cheat the system, Cat Patrol will figure it out, and it has a thing called heat index, which kind of shows you, hey, this person's a little hot right now.
So explain how you manage that with a member.
Yes.
So here I'm coming in hot,
Yeah.
and I'm playing.
Heat index is high.
Yes.
I run a report every
What does
tournament.
that conversation look like?
I run a report every tournament that shows who has shown up as, I'll say it, red flags. We'll use the term red flag. Enough red flags pop up, then you're probably likely going to do better than you should in the next tournament. And I have the protection of my Desert Mountain Handicap Committee because they're the ones that really are behind it.
Okay.
They're the ones. So I send out a letter on behalf of the Handicap Committee. So Sean gets protected a little bit because it's the Handicap Committee that's enforcing this, not Sean.
Sean is the man behind the curtain. Okay? He is not doing the dirty work.
Yeah. So but it really has, talk about increasing participation. If you know that you're going into an event with a level playing field and nobody's going in there trying to game the system, that encourages participation. And at a club our size, if you have a few people out trying to cheat the system, it really will spoil a big crowd real fast. Right. And we've had it happen before. We've had people at state. I'm in it for the trophies. I will do whatever I can to win a trophy.
Wow.
And they are not playing tournaments without a significant reduction in their handicap now going in.
That was my question. Yep. So then you actually reduce the handicap to what they are playing to.
Yeah. So Cat Patrol will assign a handicap based on that. And it can go as low as the lowest tournament index you've had in the past 2 years. So if your tournament scores, if you're doing well in tournaments and winning, you probably have some really good rounds of tournament scores posted. And Cat Patrol will say, that's more the player that's going to show up this week than what your current handicap is.
Oh, I see. Now it clicked.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you play well in tournaments but don't play well in between tournaments, Cat Patrol will identify you.
But then the courses have to be putting in the scores as a tournament score.
Yes, that's
because
true.
A lot aren't doing that anymore.
I would say more do, though. I'm in my experience, if it's a tournament, it's getting entered as a tournament.
Yeah, and what I've seen too, I don't see many clubs that are not posting it as a competition score when they should.
Yeah,
but it would get called out if it didn't. Mm-hmm. What I'll see a lot of them, going back to what you're talking about there, is if someone posts a lot of away scores and not so many home scores. Think about this. Away scores, Desert Mountain has no control of. We don't know what you shot at Mirabel or what you shot at Estancia. But if those scores are significantly higher than your Desert Mountain scores, and we're talking index related, if there's a difference in those, Cat Patrol will figure it out. Hey, this person has a high percentage of away scores, and there's difference between their away scores and their home scores are significant to the point where they probably need to be reduced in the next tournament.
Oh my God.
Yes.
I need to get the founder of Cat Patrol on this podcast.
George Thurner.
That is fascinating.
It is. It's growing around the country. He probably has, I think he said 800 clubs now that are involved. There was 400 when we first signed up.
Wow.
Yeah, because it's an issue. It's an issue if you are new to the game and all of a sudden you go to a tournament and you have an accurate handicap and all of a sudden you get beat by someone that's like, I played golf with them last week and they didn't shoot nearly that good. You kind of think, well, the tournaments are rigged. Why would I want to play tournament golf? Yeah. So we try and do the best we can to level the playing field so that people feel good about playing tournaments. It should be, at a club our size, you shouldn't win more than 2 or 3 tournaments in a 2-year period. But we still have people that do that. And there's almost statistically no way to do that.
Yeah. Again, with a club at your size, for sure.
And statistically, club of any size, there should be a percentage that's reasonable. And if you're outside that percentage, that's what Cat Patrol is looking at. It's really looking numerically, what's outside the norm. And someone that wins a bunch of tournaments, probably outside the norm, because even at a 18-hole club, you still have 300 ladies members, right? Yeah. And if you're winning all the time, statistically, it's not possible.
No, net. Yeah.
Right. Net. Yeah. We're not worried about gross champions like Shannon.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Shannon, you are not.
Tori's in the boat too.
No, just a caveat. The net prizes. Wow. That is interesting.
Yeah.
Who knew we were going to get that nugget today? And a software I've never even heard of before. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That is.
We had a lot of clubs call us now, asking us. I don't know if many adopted it before we did in the area. But I have a lot of clubs that have called up and said, hey, our members are telling me you did this. Tell us about it. Yeah. So there's more and more clubs in this area that are doing it now.
That's great.
See, I knew you had it. I didn't know that it was an actual software.
Yeah.
So
interesting. Well, Sean, thanks for joining us
Thanks for having
today.
me.
Thanks for being a nice surprise to Shannon and I.
I know. She said she had a surprise for me.
Shannon's been on the podcast more and more lately. She's such a treat. And I was like, you know what? We need to spice it up with a past buddy. But I really appreciate you being here.
Well, let's get out and play golf
Yes.
because we're overdue, number one.
We are.
And she hasn't seen the 2-course Renegade head. We got to take her out there.
Yes, it needs to happen.
Tori needs to see that.
Yeah. Well,
We tried to get her out there.
I know.
It just didn't work out.
We'll make it work.
We're going to have to do it again.
We'll make it work.
I'm still seeing postings from Ireland, and it just never fails to crack me up.
Oh my
I was
God.
in Ireland the same time you were.
I know.
I was there.
Where were you?
By the time I got to Dublin, you'd already made the move up north. You were playing up in Northern Ireland by that
tried.
point. Yeah, I missed
tried.
by like a day.
But you golfed there, obviously.
No, that was purely, we went to Africa for a 12-day safari, and that was just working our way back from Africa. Like, let's not try and take a 24-hour flight. Let's just stop in Amsterdam for a couple of days, stop in Dublin for a couple of days.
God, what a trip. Right?
It was. That was a great trip.
So fun.
Except our luggage got lost.
Oh, me too.
Our class got lost. Hers going, mine coming back.
Yeah, so it is what it is.
Thank
All
you
right,
very
thanks,
much.
Sean.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Shannon.
Thanks.